Today we will be reading from The Government of Eden, Spiritual Principles for Living in Peace by Joel S. Goldsmith. Chapter 8, When We Spread Fear, Rumor, Hysteria, and Mass Confusion. We'll be starting with the section, A Healing Consciousness Releases Others from Fear, on page 144. Let's be still a moment. Thank you. A healing consciousness releases others from fear. Anyone who realizes that the nature of the errors of our lives has been brought about by our ignorance, by our superstitions, by our fears. Anyone who realizes this can easily develop a forgiving consciousness. I must say to you from my experience that this is the deepest and finest healing consciousness that can evolve. It is one thing to heal through knowing specific truths, and this does quite a bit of healing work. But I can tell you that nothing is quite as effective in the healing ministry as a nature that understands the universal fears, superstitions, and ignorance, and can thereby say, "Neither do I condemn thee," and yet never say it openly or outwardly. Always live in that atmosphere of releasing everyone from their hidden fears, hidden sins, hidden omissions, and commissions. Who would ever voice fear or preach fear who had the inner awareness of an eminent God, of a God closer than breathing, nearer than hands and feet? Who would ever fear what mortal man can do to me, or what mortal power can do to me once they attained the realization of an actual God? The healing ministry, the Christ ministry, which is really for the nations of the world, becomes part of our responsibility. And if there are 10 righteous men in the city will be saved. How much more so if we develop 10,000 of us in the world who will devote 5 or 10 minutes every day unselfishly to a realization of Christ activity in the world at large. To know that the government is not on the shoulders of premiers and presidents and dictators, but that the government is on the shoulders of Christ. And Christ enforces its mandate through these human leaders? Why should we not take at least 5 or 10 minutes every day to realize Christ's government on the face of the earth? I think you will find not only that we will benefit the world, but eventually we will be that behind the scene spiritual group. We will be that behind the scene spiritual group, changing things in the human scene, and at the same time, we will benefit ourselves. Let's be still. Thank you. To maintain an infinite way consciousness, the Christ consciousness among infinite way students, I have asked everyone to agree that 5 or 10 minutes of your day or night belongs to the world in unselfish, impersonal, impartial realization of the Christ, and not only for the allies, remember, but for the enemies as well. As a matter of fact, I would spend much more time praying for the enemies than for our own. That comes nearer Jesus' concept of prayer. He told us so definitely, so distinctly, that praying for friends and relatives benefits us nothing, profits us nothing. We must pray for our enemies, for those that despitefully use us, for those that persecute us, and that's about the place for us to begin our prayer. We are of the few who know what is going to save the world. We are among the few groups in all the world, and we know now what the principle is that is destined to save the world. It is, above all things, the acknowledgement that no man on earth is our Father. There is one universal Father within us, and united with it, we unite with every spiritual child of God throughout the world. Therefore, our love for God constitutes our love for the people of the world. We no longer hate, we no longer fear. We have learned that as long as there are two powers fighting each other, one or the other will win, but it will only be a temporary victory. We know that the principle that will save the world is withdrawing from us, is withdrawing the use of power, withdrawing into ourselves and contemplating our oneness with God and each other, our ability to forgive, our ability to love, our ability to serve, our ability to surrender the desire for vengeance, for revenge, our ability to withdraw punishment from the sinner. We need not fear that we will free them, for sin punishes itself. But we need not punish. We need not seek revenge or vengeance. Our function is love, the love that comes through the realization that our union with God is our only integrity. Integrity is the backbone of all relationships, and these days what a crying need there is for integrity and ethical conduct at all levels of human experience. Integrity is a spiritual quality and stems from God, just as do love and gratitude. As we maintain our oneness with God by turning within continually during the day, the integrity of our actions is assured. And with integrity as the basis, our everyday relationships are strengthened and harmonized. We experience the beauty and joy of oneness with each other as a result of our realized oneness with God. As with understanding and peace in a family or community, so integrity among nations, in government, business, and family relationships always begins with the individual. How much integrity are you showing forth? And let us be still a moment and ponder that. Thank you for joining us today in consciousness. Let's be still. Thank you.